JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This is, of course, the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes, hopefully, right here on YouTube.com. This is, of course, Off the Script, episode 169, part number 2 for your Saturday, May 13th, 2017. We're going to do things a little chill today. It's Mother's Day weekend. The weather in New York City is absolutely fucking miserable. So we're going to take it easy today right here on Off the Script. And it sucks, man. Usually I am fully prepared for this show every single week. I really am. Every day I take a little time out of my day to go over news and rumors and see what's hot and what should be talked about and what I really shouldn't be talking about because it's nothing but bullshit. But I honestly am, for the first time in a very long time, man, I have no news. I have a few things here. I got a few stories on Jericho and Charlotte. Jericho's return to the WWE. As you guys know, he's on tour with Fozzy right now for their new album. WWE possibly having second thoughts on turning Charlotte Flair into a babyface on SmackDown Live. News on Emma. We finally got news on Emma and what happened with her potential injury overseas on the Raw brand touring Europe. I got news on WWE still teasing a match with John Cena and Roman Reigns. I got news on Alexa Bliss with her first interaction with Vince McMahon. JBL apparently bullied. I don't know if he was in character or not, or he really is a fucking retard, bullying Sami Zayn by referencing ISIS and waterboarding. So I got news on that. I also got news on, which literally broke an hour ago before I actually recorded this. New Japan Pro Wrestling announces the creation of the IWGP United States Championship. And I will say this. I'm either going to watch this live as it happens when it hits the States, and I'm going to review it for you guys because I'm very curious, and you guys know how I love tournaments. Or I'm just going to blow it off like I usually do when it comes to New Japan. But I think I'm in the category of I'm going to watch this because I have a lot of free time now, and I'm going to review it right here on the channel. So if you guys, and I might as well start off with that, you know, there is a United States Championship coming to New Japan Pro Wrestling. July's G1 specials that are going to be launching in Long Beach, California. The title looks absolutely magnificent. It puts the United States Championship in WWE to fucking dog shit shame. Unbelievable. I'm looking at it right now, man. If you guys seen it, it's all over Twitter. Just go to their official Twitter page. You can just type in New Japan Pro Wrestling on Google, and it'll be the first thing that pops up. War of the Worlds is taking place in New York City tonight. I believe at the Hammerstein Ballroom. My buddy Isaac is there from House of Glory. He texted me saying that he was there. But there is a tournament that's going to be taking place over 2 nights, July 1 and July 2. An IWGP United States champion will be crowned. And it's the first time New Japan has introduced a new singles championship since the Never Openweight Championship that was created in the fall of 2012. This is not the first time New Japan Pro Wrestling has promoted a title branded for the Western Hemisphere with the NWF North American, NWA North American Tag Team, and WWF North American Heavyweight Championships, all having a home in New Japan in the 70s and the 80s. And that title looks absolutely magnificent, man. Beautiful looking title. I am going to make the best out of it, and when they do have these shows, I don't know if it's going to be televised. If it's televised, I will watch it. If it's on pay-per-view, I'll watch it. I'm not sure if those shows are going to be televised, so some of you New Japan enthusiasts out there, let me know, and I will make the proper arrangements to sit down and have a cold beverage and go over this, because I also want to see Kenny Omega beat Okada for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I want to see. Okada? Omega? Why are you going to waste your time watching those fucking guys, man, when you can watch Roman Reigns? Why do you want to do that, man? Those guys are fucking garbage, and they don't have nice teeth. Okada? Omega? Nakamura? Those guys are fucking trash, man. Anyway, you guys know the deal. With that, I would love to see Kenny Omega do what needs to be done after that spectacular match that he had in January at Wrestle Kingdom. I loved it. You know, I wasn't fucking raving about it like Meltzer was with 6 stars, but it got me interested enough to see what they can do. To see if they can actually top what they did in January, man. I would definitely love to see that. And if you guys want to see me cover that as well, you know, let me know and fill me in. If these shows are going to be televised, pay-per-viewed, whatever, man, I will make the proper arrangements to go about it and give you guys some content that is not WWE right now, because it's miserable right now, man. I can't tell you how miserable it is right now. There's no news. There's no rumors. There's no excitement buzzing around the WWE product right now. You know, they had two shows, Raw and SmackDown, delivered the lowest ratings of the year for both shows. So I don't know what's going on, man, but we need a shot of momentum in the WWE, and I don't know where that's going to be coming from, but I'll do my best to give you guys whatever I can this episode. So it is what it is, man. It's not my fault. Don't kill the messenger. When there's no news, there's no news. I don't even know if there's going to be a Sunday episode after this. I really don't, unless I take fucking a Q&A segment, which is fucking not really what I want to do. I don't want to do a whole video of off the script Q&A. Nobody's going to want to watch that. So we'll see what happens, man. We might have to improvise. Hopefully there's some late breaking news that happens between the time I finish this and then the time I record for Sunday. But if there's no news, man, don't expect an episode on Sunday. I'm telling you right now. If there's anything, I'll do it on Monday. It is what it is. But I want to thank you guys for watching Off the Script. As always, if you enjoyed the show yesterday, you know, I thank you guys for that, for showing support. We hit over 1,000 likes on YouTube almost in about 8 hours, which is fantastic. I love it. I love when you guys come out and show support for Off the Script on Friday. It really makes me feel good going into the weekend, man, when you guys come out and support the show on Friday like you do. Numbers seem to be okay yesterday for the video. A lot of you guys, again, came to me, said that there were no ads. I don't know. There's nothing more I can say about it, man. You know, all I do is I cross my fingers and hope that things get better here. But a lot of you said that there were no ads on Off the Script yesterday, so I'll find out within a 72-hour period if I made any money off that video, and if not, I don't know what we could do, man. But the numbers, as far as comments and likes and views, seem to be on par with what we've been doing, man. You know, the subscriber base, it seems like everybody's down. Seems like everybody's down across the board. We discussed that yesterday's Off the Script. We also discussed Roman Reigns and his involvement with the Intercontinental Championship, potentially taking that title from The Miz this summer, and WWE having plans of him holding that title going into WrestleMania, having the Lesnar-Reigns match at WrestleMania be a dual championship match. So we discussed that, and I go over my thoughts on that. And that video is in the annotation that you see on the screen right there in front of you with the exclamation point. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys go and check that out. If it did not hit your sub boxes, if you have not watched it yet, it is there for your viewing pleasure live on the channel right now. Some of you were even telling me that you're not even getting notifications. Some of you are telling me that you haven't gotten a notification all week. Some of you can even find Off the Script. Meaning that YouTube probably unsubbed you from the fucking channel. I have no idea. But it's there. For everybody that's wondering what's going on, it's there. So hopefully you guys find your way over there this weekend. As far as what else I did during the week, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Off the Script Extra, all those videos are live on the channel right now. You guys could go check those out anytime you want. If you guys like watching in bundles, if you guys like just bundling all my videos up and watching a whole block of JD, some of you have told me that you guys like doing that. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as you know the content is there for you and available. So those videos are also there in the annotation as well. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. Don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Hit that bell for the notification. This is, of course, the #1 podcast when it comes to WWE right here on YouTube.com. I take great pride in that. Also available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music. And if you guys are listening via iTunes, I would greatly appreciate you guys leave a rating. 5 stars is most appreciated. And if you guys want to leave me a comment on there and hit that subscribe button on iTunes, man. When you hit that subscribe button on iTunes, you are automatically signed up for free to get that show and the podcast whenever there's a new upload downloaded to your device for free, man. So make sure you guys go and do that. I would love to get Off the Script back into the top 100, which we were a couple of weeks ago. We were actually above Steven Larson, which was pretty impressive and really opened my eyes. I'm like, holy shit, we're doing good things on iTunes, man. So if you guys are on there, iTunes is the most important. Subscribe to the podcast, leave me a rating, and leave me a comment on iTunes when it comes to Off the Script. Also, if you guys want to support the show, there's great ways to do so. I want to thank everybody that did purchase a t-shirt yesterday via Pro Wrestling Tease and Barbershop Window. They had a big one-day sale because they had accumulated over 300,000 t-shirts sold and printed, man. That was a big deal for them, so they had a big one-day sale. And I want to thank everybody for buying a t-shirt. We had a few Get Off My TV hit list t-shirts fly out the window. We had a few JD is Negan t-shirts fly out the window. So thank you guys for supporting the show with your t-shirt purchases. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript if you guys want to go check out my online store. Great fucking product. And it's from Pro Wrestling Tees, man. We are an official partner with them and Barbershop Window. So thank you to everybody for purchasing a t-shirt. Also, patreon.com/JD206. That is the best way to support the show on a monthly basis. I want to thank everybody that came out and pledged yesterday as well, man. You guys are fucking kicking ass. Shout-outs for the week every Friday on Off the Script. The last show of the month, we're going to go through the entire month of patrons for the month of May, man. So you guys are definitely getting a shout-out at the end of the month. We do it weekly, and then at the end of the month, we just go over everybody for the month. And we give everybody a big round of applause, man. Patreon.com/JD206 if you guys want to pledge monthly to the channel and the podcast. Audible, as always, is giving you guys 30 days free to try their service out with one free audiobook of your choice. Over 180,000 books to choose from, a lot of which are wrestling related, man. You guys know the deal. AJ Lee's book has been very popular. Daniel Bryan's book has been popular now, especially since he and Brie Bella just welcomed their new daughter, Birdie, into this world. You guys can go check that out. He's got a nice autobiography, which is narrated by Daniel Bryan. Justin Roberts' new book, if not on there yet, will be coming to Audible. Jim Ross's new book will be available in October via Audible. You guys can pre-order that with your free book if you sign up. That's audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys do that. If you guys are not into the wrestling-related content, you can get whatever the hell you want. You can get whatever the hell you want, man. Audible is compatible with iPhone and Android devices. And if you guys want to cancel after you sign up, you can either cancel immediately and get your free book. You get to keep your audiobook no matter what. Or you can stay signed on, man. It's a great fucking service. Very low cost monthly. And you guys get access to anything you want as far as audiobooks go. Like I said, compatible with iPhone and Android. And if you guys want to check out LootCrate, LootCrate is a monthly subscription service that spans the world of anime and video game and the world of WWE with WWE Slam Crate. If you guys want to go check that out for a friend, for a boyfriend or girlfriend that is into that type of thing, for a birthday, for yourself, I got trylootcrate.com/offthescript. That's my unique link. We are partnered with LootCrate, and you guys can actually save money using my unique link as well, using the code JDFROMNY at checkout. That's 10% off anything you guys want from LootCrate. Once again, that's trylootcrate.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so much for everything. And let's get on with the news, man. We got some news, and we're going to start off with this story. We got Charlotte Flair. As you guys know, I am not the biggest Charlotte fan in the world. I am not a fan of the Queen. You know, I'm not a fan of Charlotte. I'm definitely not a fan of babyface Charlotte. I much rather see heel Charlotte. But WWE right now doesn't know what they're doing with Charlotte Flair. She moved to SmackDown Live, and it was reported that she would be turning babyface in the women's division. We saw all of this come true after she was attacked by Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella, aligning herself with Becky Lynch and Naomi on an episode of SmackDown Live, which we seen this past week, and it's shaping up to be a big 3-on-3 six-man tag, or six-woman tag, six-women tag at Backlash. But is WWE changing their minds on Charlotte and pulling out of this babyface run already? On SmackDown Live this week, Charlotte blamed Naomi for their loss and was acting very heelish during their backstage segment. It was briefly mentioned on Thursday morning's edition of the Wrestling Observer Live with Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. Some WWE officials backstage were initially against the idea of turning Charlotte babyface. Some felt like it wasn't the right time to turn her away from her heel character that she's been excelling with over the past year. Charlotte showing some of her heel characteristics this week could be an indication that her run as a babyface will be very short term. It also might indicate that Charlotte will be a tweener. So she's pretty much not a babyface, not a heel. She's in between, and she does whatever the fuck she wants. A tweener character moving forward without fully being a heel or face. But that is only speculation from this point on. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Charlotte over the next few weeks. She will be teaming with Naomi and Becky at Backlash to take on the Welcoming Committee, which is the worst fucking stable name I think I've ever heard in my entire life. After the match, we will likely find out a lot more about Charlotte's direction as a character. As always, take this information and this rumor with a grain of salt. I honestly think WWE is going to put Charlotte right back to where she was, and that is as a heel. You know, I don't think Charlotte as a babyface is anywhere close to ready being a babyface. It's not her time. I'm not a big fan of Charlotte, but what she does as a heel, you know, you don't have that type of heel dynamic on SmackDown Live. You're going to need one female on that roster to play a dominant heel. And there's nobody that's going to do it right but Charlotte. Okay? Naomi is a babyface through and through, especially with that entrance. Becky, you know, I could see a heel Becky, but I'd rather cheer for a babyface Becky. I'm going to cheer for Becky regardless, but Becky is better as a babyface right now and chasing the championship. And I'll get back to her in a second. Natalya is much better as a heel. She's absolutely cringe as a babyface. You got Tamina. She's a heel, but nobody gives a shit about her. She's been gone for 2 years. Now you're just automatically going to put her back on television. Nobody even knows what Tamina's doing there or anything about Tamina, period. And Carmella, I mean, every time Carmella comes out, there's the sound of crickets in the middle of the night when Carmella comes out. Nobody cares. Charlotte, as a heel against a babyface Becky, is the only thing that makes sense right now. It's the only thing that makes sense right now going into SummerSlam. You know, Naomi might still be factored in there. We might get a triple threat match, but, you know, how many times has WWE given us the boring, lame, uncreative direction for the women where they don't know what to do with them, and they figured, you know what? This is best. Let's put them in a triple threat match or a fatal four-way or a six-pack challenge or a battle royal to determine the fucking championship. No. It's not the way you got to do it, man. Not the way you got to do it. I want to see one-on-one. Who is the best? You know, we don't need these multi-women matches for these big pay-per-views. We got this tournament coming up. This tournament's going to be big. I discussed this already on Off the Script Extra. If you guys missed it, link will be in the annotation. July is looking like, I believe it's the 12th and the 13th. The 12th and the 13th, where WWE is going to be filming at Full Sail University for this women's championship tournament. 32 women from around the world. They're going to heavily focus on foreign talent. So it's going to be a big deal. And it's going to focus on who is the best. Whether Asuka plays a role in that, and the winner of this tournament goes on to fight Asuka for a future NXT Women's Championship, remains to be seen. We don't know what the winner is going to get if they win this tournament. But I want to see Wrestler A versus Wrestler B for a championship when it comes to the females, man. I'm tired of the multi-women matches. Every time WWE has a big event, it's usually a fatal four-way or a triple threat match. No. The biggest match that you could do, and she hasn't been in one in quite some time, she hasn't really been the same since she lost the title to Alexa Bliss, is Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch needs to get back into that baby face, chasing the title role against a Charlotte, and a heel Charlotte, a dastardly heel Charlotte. Before you know it, Naomi's going to be dropping that title to Charlotte. You know? WWE, before they even made this move with Charlotte, they already had her penned in as women's champion. You know that for a fact. And there's no bigger match on SmackDown Live than Becky Lynch. There's none. Especially for SummerSlam. You know? We'll worry about what happens after SummerSlam when we cross that bridge. But right now, WWE should be focused on, especially after all this fucking bullshit that's going on that nobody gives a shit about with these 6 women in the fucking welcoming committee. She's been on SmackDown for, 5 weeks now, and we're still welcoming her with a fucking committee to the women's roster? Give me a break. You know? Charlotte as a heel is the best way to go about it. I'm not a big fan of her, but heel Charlotte versus Becky is the way to go for SummerSlam, with Charlotte as the champion. That's just my 2 cents on that. Moving forward here, we got news on Chris Jericho and his return to the WWE. As you guys know, he was taken out by Kevin Owens, the face of America, Kevin Owens, on SmackDown Live, and it was a vicious assault that seen Kevin Owens pretty much ram Jericho's face and throat into the ring post as his head was engulfed in a steel chair. So it was a pretty brutal attack, a very well done attack as well, which wrote Chris Jericho off television, and he resumes his touring duties with Fozzy. This was WWE's way to write Jericho off television as he tours with Fozzy. Jericho confirmed his departure, saying goodbye to the fans, and that he would see them again. So when should we expect Jericho back with the WWE? Well, Fozzy isn't going to be touring long. They got their new album coming out, which I'm very interested in hearing. I was going to say excited, but I haven't been excited about anything Fozzy since Chasing the Grail, one of their earlier albums. But when could we see Jericho back with the WWE? Well, we don't know when Jericho's going to be back with WWE on television, but we do know that WWE has added him to their live events when they do indeed tour Tokyo, Japan. The events take place on June 30th and July 1st at the Ryogoku Koku, whatever the fuck this means, man. I don't know. Tokyo, Japan. Ryogoku Arena, whatever the fuck it means or however you pronounce it. I don't know. Okay? June 30th and July 1st. I butchered that so bad, I make fucking Titus O'Neil look good in the ring. After looking at Fozzy's website, their final date listed for their current tour is June 24th. Unless more dates are added, this would open the door for Jericho to return to WWE full-time by July. It's probably too early to get our hopes up because Jericho has worked live events in the past without being featured on television. It would be pretty great to see him back on SmackDown by July and back into the United States Championship picture. Obviously, if we hear anything here, I will let you guys know about Jericho's return to the WWE. We always know that when Jericho comes back, he always likes to make it a surprise. So Jericho will be back in the WWE. The way they wrote him off television, clearly you guys know what's going to be happening when he does come back. He's going to be aiming for Kevin Owens, who I assume will still be the United States Champion, and they will continue their feud going on into the summer because with an attack like that, There's no way you're going to let that just go right over your head, man. You're going to come back for revenge, and I'm sure Jericho is going to seek out Kevin Owens once again when he comes back to the WWE. WWE continued to tease a future match between John Cena and Roman Reigns, as we all can expect this match to happen. You know, it's not one of those things that, you know, WWE just throwing out there to gain fan interest. You know, in the back of Vince McMahon's senile, demented mind, this is going to be a reality at WrestleMania. Not going to be at WrestleMania 34, might not even be at WrestleMania 35, but when John Cena is ready to hang it up, just like The Undertaker was ready to hang it up, you guys know that Roman is going to go one-on-one with John Cena. You know it's coming. It's just a matter of when and not if. It's easy to make comparisons between Roman Reigns and John Cena. Both have received massive pushes from Vince McMahon as the top guy in the company. They also have a lot of fans that dislike them. I wonder why. And are very vocal about their feelings. It appears as if WWE has been planting seeds towards a future Roman Reigns vs. John Cena match. WWE recently released a video titled John Cena and Roman Reigns, the interaction that hypes fans for a dream match. Kathy Kelly's there in the WWE studios trying to get you excited about a John Cena vs. Roman Reigns match. And the comments, let's read some of these comments. We'll make this like a mini reading social media comments here. The video's got 400,000 views and was published on May 11th. 6,600 thumbs up to 2,200 thumbs down. Top comment has 1,500 thumbs up. Who else went straight to the comments? Kyle Fitzpatrick says, WWE has finally found a way to get John Cena over with all their fans. That got 1,000 thumbs up. The Bone Soldier fans got 552 thumbs up. He says, for once, John should bury a talent. Ali L. Senpai has 271 thumbs up. He says, Cena, get the shovel ready. P3 Trips has 237 thumbs up for this comment. John Cena versus John Cena 2.0. Bruce Wayne has 230 thumbs up. I wonder how the WWE would mute all the boos that would rain down on John Cena and Roman Reigns. What are you talking about, Bruce Wayne? Come on, man, you have nice teeth, Bruce Wayne. What are you talking about? We don't do such things in WWE. We don't do that to Roman Reigns, man. We give you the true interpretation of Roman Reigns. You know, we don't make him out to be a good guy. You know? Kenny Omega says John Cena is greater than Roman Reigns. Cena is a legend. Reigns sucks. I got 223 thumbs up. Louis L. Pio says hashtag push Luke Harper. 200 thumbs up. Trinity Kid NYC, dream match for Vince, maybe. Casa Romantica, got 105 thumbs up for this comment. Hashtag push Kathy Kelly. Jack Miller, push Cesaro, hashtag. And then Boomin' Lames Meek Mahan. I don't know. That's his real name. It's Boomin' Lames Meek Mahan. Nope. Ellsworth versus Gilbert is the dream match. So there you go. There you go, man. John Cena and Roman Reigns. Listen, it's not anybody's dream match, honestly. You know, it's something that WWE is going to be forced to do because they're going to want to get Roman Reigns over, and John Cena is on his way out. He's nearing the end of his career, and it's only right that WWE takes the man known as Cena who led this past generation and puts over the man who's leading the new generation. It only makes sense business-wise. They did it with The Undertaker, and they did it with everybody else before that, and it's going to be the same thing with John Cena. I would not be surprised if we see Roman Reigns in The Rock. You know, how many more WrestleMania moments is Roman Reigns going to get? How many has he had so far? He's had one with Brock Lesnar, right? And a lot of you guys were mentioning, well, that's not a WrestleMania moment. Of course it is. He's in the fucking main event of WrestleMania. How many people main event WrestleMania in their lifetime? That's a WrestleMania moment. That's a WrestleMania moment for Roman Reigns. He's in the main event for the WWE title, okay, against Brock Lesnar. That is a WrestleMania moment for Roman Reigns. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The next year, it's Triple H and him getting a coronation. This year, it was The Undertaker, him retiring The Undertaker. Next year, it's going to be Lesnar again and him getting another coronation. That would be 4 WrestleMania moments in a row for Roman Reigns. People don't even get 1. And he's got 4, or at least is on his way to getting 4. How many more are we going to see? Because you know this match is going to main event WrestleMania when it happens. So that's 5. You know, in the bowels of fucking Vince McMahon's gut, he wants The Rock to come back to put over Roman Reigns. You know, God well damn that's going to happen eventually. That'll be the only match that The Rock does if he does come back. That'll be the last thing for The Rock, to put Roman Reigns over, to put his cousin over. Give me a break. You know, his family member over. How many more main event WrestleMania main events or WrestleMania moments is Roman Reigns going to have? He's had more than 100% of the roster. And he's only, how many years he's been there? 4, 5 years? Give me a break. Absolutely ridiculous how they push this guy down everybody's throat. But we're supposed to respect him though, right? Yeah, we're supposed to like Roman Reigns, correct? Give me a fucking break, man. John Cena and Roman Reigns, that would be the most, I think that would be, I don't even mind John Cena right now. I've enjoyed John Cena's work the last 3 years. I really have. I have nothing bad to say about John Cena in the last 3 years. Yes, I am completely on board with everybody that fucking hated him back when he was, doing his best Hulk Hogan impersonation. Believe me, I was with you. But I let bygones be bygones. And I seen Cena getting better. Cena's better now than he was then, to be brutally honest with you. And the work ethic that the guy has and shows you, and the mic skills that he has, and just the overall package that Cena is, he's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but, Cena has really done a lot of good in the last 3 years. He really has. From his time with the United States Championship, which was some of the best things that we seen on Monday Night Raw when it was happening, the U.S. Open Challenge, to him putting Kevin Owens over, to him getting in the ring with guys like Neville and Zayn and Zack Ryder, and wrestling a style that John Cena is really not keen on wrestling. He had to up his game. And he got in the ring with AJ Styles, and he put AJ over, John Cena has done a lot of good. John Cena is still very valuable to the WWE, and he's going to prove to be even more valuable when he comes back, because I think it's going to be him and Nakamura going into the summer. That's the only thing that makes sense to me on SmackDown Live. You want Nakamura to be put over? Cena's on his way out. Cena's becoming Mr. Hollywood, slowly but surely, month by month. Put him over. I'm sure John Cena's not going to have a problem putting Nakamura over. And I think that's more of a dream match than a match with Roman Reigns, to be perfectly honest with you. But I've enjoyed John Cena's work. Not afraid to admit that. I think John Cena has done a lot of great things in the last 3 years. And to the people who are completely naive and negative and ignorant about John Cena, there's really not much you could say bad about him. For the way he's carried himself and the way he's worked in the last 3 years. But I'm completely on board with everybody that still hates Cena, but you're letting all of those old feelings, kind of come out in 2017. We're not seeing the same John Cena that we seen back main eventing every fucking show and winning WWE championships and just being shoved down our throats like Roman Reigns is right now. Roman Reigns is the one that you gotta hate because of what's going on, not John Cena. But the similar paths that John Cena and Roman Reigns have been on, or the similar path that Roman Reigns is on, following the same blueprint that John Cena is, maybe in 10 years we'll all appreciate Roman Reigns more than we do now. So we'll see what happens. But John Cena and Roman Reigns, to me, is not a dream match. It's a WrestleMania-worthy match, yes, but it's not something that I'm going to jump out of my seat with excitement for. I'd much rather see John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura before anything happens with Roman Reigns. That's just my personal opinion. But WWE is hyping it. They are planting seeds, and I'm sure we will see that eventually. Update on Emma. Emma was hurt overseas with the Raw brand. Emma was recently injured at one of WWE's live events in the United Kingdom. The referee tossed up the dreaded X symbol during their match that usually indicates a legitimate injury. She was reportedly in a lot of pain as she made her way to the backstage area. Now, I did see the video of it, fan-made video that was filmed via a mobile device, and it didn't look that bad from the vantage point that we seen. It was Sasha Banks, I believe, doing her signature knees to the gut off the turnbuckle, and Emma landed in a weird way when she hit the mat. It might be a shoulder injury. She landed on her right shoulder. I don't know what the status is, but she did tweet very ominously and very vague that things are just not right. It's unclear right now how significant the injury to Emma is, but she was recently sent home from WWE's European tour and tweeted that she is waiting to see what the injury exactly is. She posted a very cryptic message on Instagram that has a lot of fans thinking that she might have received bad news from the WWE doctors, and I quote, "Someday everything will make perfect sense. So for now, laugh at the confusion, smile through the tears, and keep reminding yourself that everything happens for a reason." So that is the latest update, cryptically, from Emma via her Instagram account. We don't have any more news on that. Take that and interpret that how you want. You know? I don't know. I hope she's not injured, because it would suck. WWE and Raw would be down another talent that really could have used a breakout performance, and she could have been utilized in the women's division. Now, with Raw having Braun Strowman out and Emma out, you know, Braun Strowman's a big, devastating injury. Emma, you know, it's a big injury because she's a talented female. And you can't really take away a woman in that division, you know, because anything that happens to that division, whether it's an injury or time off, it's going to weaken the division, heavily so. You know, that division is doing okay right now. You know, with Alexa and Bayley and Sasha, you know, and Mickey and Nia. But Emma being there, that's a nice group of women you got there, bro. And the fact that she wasn't being used is a fucking crime. I don't know why WWE continues to not push Emma, man. Emma was great in NXT. Great! You know, they got rid of the whole bubble fucking thing. Right? And, you know, the happy-go-lucky, you know, Emma popping bubbles bullshit. Then she turned to Evil Emma, and Evil Emma has been great ever since we've seen her. And I'll never forget, man, one of the best women matches that I think WWE's put on in the last couple of years was with Emma and Asuka at TakeOver London. It opened that show. Very physical match. Showed you exactly how good she is. Don't know why WWE doesn't think the same, or at least gives her an opportunity so that we could see that. You know, the women's division could use that. And I feel like if Emma is presented in a way where she's on screen and is putting something meaningful, and she's in the ring mixing it up with a Bayley and mixing it up with a Sasha, I think fans will get on board. And I think fans will appreciate how good she is, and she will get over. You got to give her an opportunity. She hasn't been given any opportunities. They've been bringing her back. They put her in a fucking thing with Dana Brooke. You know, making fun of Dana Brooke and stalking Dana Brooke. And then they put her in fucking eight women tags, and it's like they're concealing her and they're hiding her in the background. You got a top-tier talent in Emma here, which should be showcased front and center along with the Baileys and the Sashas and the Alexas. You know, give her a chance. How do you know what you have if you don't give her a shot? And now it might be too late, because who the fuck knows what's wrong with her? We could be looking at something that keeps her out another 4 to 6 months. Ridiculous. Speaking of the women, Alexa Bliss was on Chris Jericho's Talk is Jericho podcast. I gotta listen to that. She spoke on a wide variety of topics during this interview about growing up as a wrestling fan and her transition into one of the top female stars in WWE today. One of the highlights of the interview was when she was asked about her first few interactions with Vince McMahon. She shared some criticism that Vince gave her about her promos. And I quote, this is what she says on Talk is Jericho. "One of my first promos, I was told that I am way too expressive in my face because I am naturally an expressive person." And he's like, you got to bring it down. You got to calm it down a little bit. She also tells the story about one of her first interactions with Vince when she was painting her hair extensions backstage. Vince walked by and she told him that she was embarrassed to be painting her hair in front of him. Vince's response was, "Oh, it's fine. Does mine need any?" So there you go. You know, Vince McMahon could be I guess a happy-go-lucky guy when he wants to be, but 99% of the time he's a crabby old fuck. But Alexa Bliss promos, man, whatever Vince told her, obviously it's working. She's one of probably the best promo in all of the women's division right now. She is absolutely hitting her stride, and she's nailing it every single time. And that's the best thing about her. She is an expressive person. Her facial expressions and her mannerisms sell her promos, man. She lives the part, and she's playing it perfectly. And whatever Vince told her clearly is working because she is the best at what she does right now in WWE. Jim Cornette, this is pretty interesting. Jim Cornette explains why WWE has never had a War Games match under their umbrella. On a recent episode of Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru, the always outspoken Cornette was asked why there has never been a War Games match in WWE. For those that don't remember, the match type first appeared in the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA, and the match eventually became a staple for World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where it would be held yearly at their Fall Brawl pay-per-view. Here's why Cornette says Vince McMahon never used War Games in WWE, and I quote, "The War Games, I heard, because of production, Kevin Dunn, or whoever it was, said that it was hard to shoot for television, pay-per-view, or whatever." So Kevin Dunn is to blame why we don't get War Games. And this is why I'm reporting this, because I find this to be hilarious. War Games? We don't need that, man. You know, if I can't get the Roman Reigns fans in the shot, then we can't have it on pay-per-view. You know? It's not what Vince McMahon wants, man. Nakamura in a War Games match? Come on, man. You know? But Kevin Dunn apparently said it was hard to shoot for television, pay-per-view, or whatever. It was hard for people to follow. Give me a fucking break, man. Really? I actually don't remember truthfully whether Vince has ever mentioned War Games in my presence or not, because it's always just like a thing. Don't pitch that. We're not doing it. Co-host Brian Last says that there were rumors Triple H pitched the match, but Vince didn't want anything to do with it because he didn't create the idea. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. WWE didn't create the idea, so they don't want to use it. It's not because, it's not because of the arenas nowadays, or they can't fit it, or TV production. It's because Vince McMahon did not create the idea. And he doesn't want something getting over on his show that he did not create himself. I quote, "I don't know, and I just can't remember truthfully. It seems to be odd to me that I would have been sitting at Vince McMahon's table for 2 years and never pitched War Games to him. And I'm trying to remember if I did, and if he gave me a reason why not. It's just so much stuff I can't remember. He apparently don't like it, or ain't gonna do it." So it looks like it's a mixture of Kevin Dunn not being able to shoot the match properly for television and pay-per-view, and the fact that Vince McMahon does not like the idea because he did not create it. It was a WCW, NWA idea. So there you go. Those are the main reasons why. Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon are to blame for not doing War Games. Have at it in the comment section. Don't fight me, man. It's not my fault. Roman Reigns. There you go. I don't know, man. There's not much news besides this JBL story. Man. We pretty much went over everything. How far am I in here, man? 47 minutes? But 46 minutes, 47 minutes, we got one more story, man. That'll be good. I don't have much to say on this because it just shows you that I honestly don't have much to say on this story. I really don't. When you finish hearing this story about JBL, you're going to wonder why this guy is still employed. With the way the current landscape is, not only with politics and the way everybody is just uneasy about religion and background and ethical, backgrounds and fucking race and all this other bullshit that's in the world nowadays that you really can't talk about because people get so fucking overly sensitive over goddamn nothing. This guy is going on a fucking podcast doing the things that should not be done and saying things that should not be said. Picking up the pieces right where he left off, right where he left off with Mauro Ranallo. Ridiculous. JBL and the bullying forced upon by JBL continues when he mocks Sami Zayn by referencing ISIS and waterboarding. The JBL bullying scandal seems to be something that WWE doesn't seem to care much about. Mauro Ranallo is no longer with the WWE, and his lack of comments made it look like he has signed a confidentiality agreement to work outside the WWE until his contract comes to an end at the end of August. However, on this week's episode of Bring It to the Table, JBL continued to make comments that angered several people due to his lack of sensitivity. I understand playing a heel. If you want to know how to play a heel as a color commentator, go back and watch the network and watch how Bobby the Brain Heenan did it. That's all you need to know. Or go back and watch how Jerry the King Lawler did it before he actually sat across from Jim Ross. Or watch how Corey Graves does it nowadays. Graves can't hold a candle to either one of those guys, but Graves is the closest thing to anything even remotely close to that. Or go back and listen to how Jesse Ventura did it. JBL is a fucking retard. And how this even made television, somebody should be ashamed. JBL was indeed in heel mode when he was talking about Sami Zayn. JBL was telling co-hosts Corey Graves and Peter Rosenberg that Sami Zayn was not one of his favorite wrestlers, and then made jokes about things he would rather do than hang out with Sami Zayn. And I quote, "I don't give a fuck how you hate Sami Zayn. I don't give a fuck how you can't stand his Uber driver appearance." This is what JBL said. This is the sheer stupidity of a human being coming through your cable television screens on the WWE network. This is ridiculous. And I quote, "I'd rather be waterboarded than to sit down and talk pro wrestling with Sami Zayn." So, I am going to type in the definition here of waterboarding. This is waterboarding, people. An interrogation technique simulating the experience of drowning, in which a person is strapped face up to a board that slopes downward at the head while large quantities of water are poured over the face into the breathing passages. So JBL rather do that than talk pro wrestling with Sami Zayn. Let that fucking sink in for a second. JBL rather be interrogated with a technique that simulates drowning than talk pro wrestling with one of the best talents that company has right now that's being underutilized. No, but that's JBL being a heel though, right? Or is that JBL being a complete fucking retard? Such disrespect to a fucking talent that you come on television on that network and say that type of shit. Absolutely ridiculous. He continues on. I would rather be captured by ISIS than have dinner with Sami Zayn. So you mean to tell me you'd rather be captured by ISIS, right? You'd rather be taken away from your family. You'd rather be treated like a piece of fucking shit that doesn't deserve to live and breathe on this planet, according to these people. You'd rather be sat on your hands and knees in front of a camera as they film you chopping your head off with a dull fucking blade. Every fucking slice doesn't work. And they just force that fucking shit off. You'd rather be captured by ISIS and held captive by ISIS than have dinner with Sami Zayn. I have no words. I have no words for why any of that was stated on this show. How this man is even employed by WWE is a fucking miracle. If I was in charge of WWE for one day, if I was granted a wish from a fucking genie, and I was in charge of WWE for one day, and my decisions could not be reversed, JBL would be fired immediately. That would be the fucking number one thing on my list. JBL terminated. Not fix Raw, not fuck Roman Reigns, not do this, not do that. JBL terminated would be the number one thing on my list. I have no words for what this guy just stated. Don't you see how fucking retarded he is? Isn't that a slap in the face? That's a heel commentator though, right? He'd rather be waterboarded and he'd rather be captured by ISIS than have dinner and talk pro wrestling with Sami Zayn. Is that your way of accumulating heel heat? By coming off as a fucking retard? By coming off as an insensitive prick? You know? Your job is to dislike the character in the wrestling world. Your job is to dislike the character in the basis of what happens on SmackDown. Your character is not anywhere the level of saying, I'd rather be fucking tortured by ISIS and interrogated with a technique that simulates drowning to get Sami Zayn over. Or to get yourself over as a heel commentator. I am speechless. Absolutely speechless. While that seems like he's making references to current trends, there is much more to that than meets the eye. In an interview with Yahoo News back from 2015, Zayn said he was born in Canada, but his parents were both Syrian and moved to Canada in the 70s. Sami Zayn said he was raised in a 100% Arab household and is very much an Arab when it comes to his culture and religion. I quote, I use Arabic less and less with my parents these days since I've lived away from them here in Orlando, near the Performance Center, and I don't practice it that much anymore. However, I do feel a 100% connected presence to the Arab audience. Sami Zayn also said in an interview with ESPN that he is working hard against demonization of Muslims. Zayn was outspoken when it came to the Donald Trump ordered ban of travelers from Muslim-majority nations earlier this year, which included Zayn's parents' home country of Syria. Zayn said that it was important to him when he got signed to the WWE on a platform that big to educate people on the fallacies on how Muslims are viewed in America. Sami said that stereotypes are wrong and they are not that different than anyone else in the country. However, making a joke about Sami Zayn and mentioning ISIS and waterboarding might be considered bad taste by several people. Twitter was flooded with comments by fans who seemed shocked that JBL would make an ISIS joke when talking about a Muslim professional wrestler in WWE, specifically one whose family came from Syria. It also seems to be bad timing since this week's it also seems to be bad timing since this week saw the United States earn a slight victory over ISIS in Syria, where 70 members of the terrorist organization just surrendered to the U.S.-led coalition of Tabqa on Wednesday. In a time where racism and hatred are rising, it seems like WWE would want to avoid all these sorts of comments by their talent. But they're allowing JBL to go on there and say what he wants. Otherwise, is he going into business for himself to get himself over? I mean, I don't understand. The JBL comment might have been overlooked if not for the recent problems that arose with former commentator Mauro Ranallo, as well as many other wrestlers speaking out against JBL for the bullying and in some cases harassment in the workplace. Unfortunately, on the same episode of Bring It to the Table, all three hosts poked fun at the Mauro Ranallo situation with JBL. Peter Rosenberg said there was controversy surrounding the comments that he made about Roman Reigns. Corey Graves said there was also controversy about the comments he made about Shane McMahon. When the cameras went to JBL and the wrestling world is still talking about what JBL said about Mauro Ranallo, JBL just tried to look guilty before changing the subject. Instead, JBL talked about a golf game he played the week before and ignored the bullying controversy completely because JBL is a fucking prick. He's a heartless prick who doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. Don't even know why he's there. And nothing will happen to this fucking buffoon because WWE doesn't care. They don't care. And if anybody had the right mind, they would pick up on this and make it a big deal. And something like that should force WWE's hand to take this guy off television. Such disrespect not only to the Arab people, to the Muslim race, and to Sami Zayn. Just makes you come off looking like a fucking retard. Who says that? I'd rather be tortured by ISIS and waterboarding than sit down with a human being as genuine can be and talk pro wrestling. Give me a fucking break, man. JBL, if I swear to God, if I was in charge of WWE, day one, one day, if I was in charge of WWE, thing at the top of the list, fire JBL. That would be my top priority in charge of WWE. This guy's got to get the fuck off television. He doesn't belong anywhere near a fucking announce desk or a camera. Get him the fuck off. Go back to Bermuda and fucking play your golf games, you fucking clown. What a goddamn fucking retard. Anyway, that's off the script for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Fuck that owl. Because I'm wearing the t-shirt. Thank you guys so much, man. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button with the bell for notification. Please support the channel through Patreon, patreon.com/JD206. Please support through Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, and trylootcrate.com/offthescript. Follow me on Twitter at JD206. Hit that like button down below, and we'll see what happens, man. Depends on the news. I got nothing else, man. I'm fucking bone dry over here as far as news goes, but if you don't see an episode on Sunday for Off the Script, you'll know why. I'll be right back at it with an Off the Script extra on Monday, man. So this could be the last episode of the weekend. We don't know. It's goodbye for now. I'm going to say I'll see you next week for episode 160, next Friday. But if there is news, you will get an episode. I promise you that. I'm JD. Thank you guys so much. Until then, take care. Like I said, hit that thumbs up. Show some support. Share the video if you can. Leave me a comment down below. And I will see you guys next week for Off the Script. And hopefully with news. I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Take care, guys. Make it a great Saturday. Enjoy yourselves. And if I don't talk to you, happy Mother's Day to everyone's mothers out there. Make sure you do something special. I did something special for the mothers in my life. And it makes me happy to know that they are happy and appreciated, man. So please take care of your mothers and show that appreciation and love, because mothers all around the world deserve this day to be recognized for everything that they do, man. Without our mothers, we are nothing. So make sure you guys take care of your mothers and show that love and support and pay it forward, man. Seriously. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you next week for Off the Script. I'm JD. Have a great Saturday, and happy Mother's Day to everybody, man. I'll talk to you later.